everyone, Dave Fix here with Forex market preview for the following week starting Monday, October 15 till Friday 19. We're gonna have a lot of news next week. There's gonna be something for the US dollar, FOMC. We're gonna have a Carney speaking, Kuroda will be speaking twice. There will be Euro Economic Summit. Inflation from the Canada, unemployment change and rate from the Australia, average earning 3 months inflation from the Britain, and most expected FOMC minutes. So pretty busy, and I hope it's gonna be volatile, maybe at least like this week, because it was amazing how the market was moving. So let's go to the charts. Let's start with the dollar index, but first here is the results for this week. So this week we had something around the 16 trades. We had just 1, 2, 3, 4 losers, and we closed 800 pips in the profit. If we look at what the trades we have open, so we can change this to the open trades. And we have now running still a nice 310 pips running in these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 trades, where it's only one in the negative numbers for the moment. So this is pretty good. I am happy that the markets are very volatile at the moment, so that's why we all making perfect profits. So now we're looking to the dollar index, and what do we have here? We can see that the dollar index broke in this wedge, which I was a little bit expecting some correction on the dollar, and I was speaking about it in my channel. And if we look to the CFTC, what do we see here? We can see that the last week the banks, they added 5k longs and they added 4k shorts, which is actually the base perspective presented from this 2nd of October till 9th October, which is in this period. So how this could happen? What they did, as we can see, that they added 5k longs. It could be in here where they've been adding this nice volume, and they moved the market on the top, and then there on these levels, on these tops, they could be adding these 4k shorts. What then happened is this drop, which happened on the Wednesday, and it's of course expected that they will do it on the Wednesday, because after when they reported these numbers, so they actually probably closed these shorts because it was probably expected profit taking, where they reduced even more longs position size, and it's dropping right now. So what do I expect now is that the market, as it's retracing in here, I will be potentially adding even more trades for the shorts. I don't trade dollar index, but it's good for the majors to know it. The next one is the gold. Gold we had in this long-term range. I mean, long-term is like 2 months, where we saw this moving. Then we saw this wipe out of this stop loss zone, where the market dropped and then clean it up. Then they did it again, and then the market is just exploding up with the big dollar, and this is definitely buying on the gold, because the gold is right now around these 218, but it was like 189, and it's very cheap for the gold metal, which is precious metal. If you look to CFTC, we can see that the banks basically reduced their long positions from 192 to 179, and they added in shorts positions. This is a little bit confusing, because people then think that if the market makers are adding the shorts, that they want to, to move. If I see this, that I see the drop in the longs and added more shorts, like basically I would maybe be thinking that I want to short it, but as I said again, this is the period where it's this change presented. So how this could be played? Simple. Basically the market makers closed from 192 to 179, which was probably closed here on this top to drop the markets lower. When they drop it, they opened these 3K shorts, which was probably done as well here. Then it dropped down, they reported out this data, so we received this. And the next days, you know, you see what they did. So these we don't have the numbers in the COT report for this, but definitely the technical, it's more about to go up because the weak dollar and it's strong buy. And what I will be doing, I will be definitely waiting for some correction, and then I will be interested to buy even more. If I look for the small time frames, we're already getting this nice consolidation. So I want to see first some nice clear break of this level, because as I see that the market was going up, I had nice strong volume, but here in this, where the market should break, I don't see any volume. Yeah, now we are moving to sideways. You can see these two drops with the volume. So it could be potentially some buying, but I will be waiting, because I will be waiting first for the market makers will make some sign, or maybe if they break lower to get out the stop losses here, and then, you know, moving higher. So the price action, if it will be moving down like this, then maybe it should go up like that. That's the question. Here I don't have a clear trading plan, but if the price drop into 1207, I will be definitely interested to buy, or if it breaks, then to invest. The next one is the euro. Euro is as well, I think, the set for the on the price action is set for the move higher. However, the COT data are not confirming much, because if we look, we can see that the market makers actually they closed some longs and they added some shorts, which was as well in this period of the time. So they've been closing the long positions probably here, and they added some short positions which would happen here, and then here to push the price lower. And again, we don't have data for this, so but price action is more important, and I see that the volume is going out. Here is just maybe the stop hunt and potentially higher, but I will be waiting for the price action around these three POC levels, if they will be broken strongly, and I will want to see some nice price action with the volume first. Next one is the Aussie, very similar chart. Let's check the CFTC data. Here we have already some nice clue, because we can see that in that period from the following week, the market makers was dropping the price lower. So that means that they added these 6K longs to make this happen. It probably happened here, and then they added 5K of the longs, which was probably been adding, you know, like some. They never opened one position just like this, so they doing the averaging. So they could be doing it like this way. So remove it a little bit, and you see, and we have the volume is confirming it up. So if we had get a break, we go higher. We had a nice trade here, just for the tips, and we actually have still one position open, which is take profit, but I will move it a bit higher for sure, and I will log the stop loss for the market open. So Aussie, I will be looking for the longs. This is the pound. The pound we had as well this amazing trade where we entered here as planned in the trading plan, and we get out here where the market closed and it failed on Friday, but the fail is with a low volume, and so it could be. It's hard to say with this one. When we're looking to CFTC data, we can see that the banks. What happened is not any big change. You see, so they basically had in this period of the time they basically just added, they closed like 700 longs and they added like 500 shorts. So basically when they close some longs could happen here, and when they've been adding shorts could be here, or maybe opposite. But it happened in this period where any big volume came inside and not any big changes, which could give you some clue. However, then in the what do we see here? Here the Tuesday, the last Tuesday when it wasn't without the volume or any big change, and then the day after when they reported the data, they basically did as they doing usually, they start to move the market. Now I will be waiting what price action I will be getting here. I would like to see some consolidations first, then maybe some stop hunts, and potentially move higher because I expect a weak dollar. But here is another thing. We have still this Brexit speeches, and it's easy to say that the Theresa May or the Mark Carney will come out with some news and it could drop a lot. So let's see how this one will be played. Next one is USD CAD. I like this one. We had a perfect trade a week ago before here. Then I didn't catch this move down, and now I'm actually didn't want to trade this up because I'm still waiting for the drop of the dollar and that would bring a stronger CAD. I actually already had the trade here, but still I'm waiting one more bullish impulse. Because if we look like this, there is definitely the stop loss zone, which is the liquidity for the banks. So I believe that they could still pin up here, so that's why I have a stop loss here, entry, and we have one target and second target. With the COT data, we can see that the banks are reducing longs and they reduced shorts as well, which happened in this period. So how they did it is probably that these shorts, which was reduced, start to move the market up, and when they could be closing these longs on the way up, because basically what they did before, the week before, you can see that they moved from the 51 to the 60k last week, which was happening here when like this period, and they've been adding like 60k longs. But how it could happen when the market is dropping? It could be because the market was dropping, so they was buying, and then when they closed these shorts from 41 to the 38, it started to move the market higher, and they've been closing on the way up these longs with which they prepared the week before. So that's what they potentially did, and right now we don't have the data for this, but the long term we can see that we are losing the bullish pressure, because we've been 75 and now we are going still lower, and now we are 57. So what do I expect is definitely more downside with the weak dollar and the positive CAD. This is the USD CHF, the franc. We have this consolidation where they're still picking up the early shorters, but see that they say clearly, just check that. Look at this. So what do we see? We can see that the last week the banks was adding the longs, then they closed some of them. Probably it could be closed. Could be closed somewhere in this consolidation. Then the market moved even higher because they added from 25 to 27, so they moved it. This is what they reported this week, and they already been starting to adding the shorts. So we can see they had 11k shorts and now they have 14k shorts. So they've been definitely adding shorts like this on the way up, and now they have them. So they are prepared to move the market lower, to move the market at least to these numbers where they've been adding these shorts, which was 24.7, where they've been adding all these shorts numbers. But let's say if even from the 28.8, so it's somewhere here where they're starting to be adding the shorts. So probably where was this report released, this where should put the market comps, because they have a shorts like this and they want to close them in the profit. So they have probably the average price somewhere here, they have the average entry, and what they could do is to move the market higher, so they just enter, so they just suck more buyers into the market, and they take out the stop losses, which will create the liquidity, and then they move it faster low to down. So I'm expecting to move lower. I have one take profit, and I will even add one more position because I have one small right now, and I will even add one more here with a longer take. Next one is USD JPY. We can see break of this trend, and the market is moving lower. With the weak dollar, I believe it will go even lower, but I will not jump to the trade right now because I'm expecting maybe some correction, and then I will enter the short. If I check the CFTC data, we can already get the group, because let's see this. We can see in this last 4 months the growth up, and when this data was released, when we saw this 31, it was somewhere 31, somewhere like here, and they've been adding even more long positions to move the market higher, all of this, and then suddenly we can see the drop from the 170 to 162, which has to happen somewhere here, because we see it, they drop it and it's going down, but they drop it the shorts as well. But they could do that. This is what I don't understand, why they close the shorts positions, but it could be definitely some of them, because if we look to the last week when we had this move up, so we could have the shorts which was added here, and now they could close here. You see, they still could make the profit on these shorts which they added from the 47 to the 56, and then they closed them to the 47 again. So it happened that they added these positions here, and here they closed them. So they're still maintaining these numbers, and this is definitely the manipulated one, because we can see the 78% on the long side and 22 to the short side, while the market is moving down. But they still have pretty big numbers in these longs, so they want to close them, and I think they will move back. Where is these stop losses? These stop losses, and here will be the zone to enter for the shorts. Okay, the next one is the Kiwi, and is the last one. So we have long-term downtrend, and in the last week the price just dropped down very heavily, and now it's moving up. Why is that happening? It's simple, because if you look to the Kiwi CFTC report, we can see that basically the market makers was still holding the same long side, but last week in this period they added from 10k to 15k of the longs, and they added as well from 41 to 49k shorts. So basically the market was going down, which was this pressure was created with adding these shorts, which to move it down. But they as well already were been preparing the small long sides, long trades. So they was probably adding these trades, and then of course So then of course on the Wednesday they could close some shorts here and they move it higher. Why are they doing it on the Wednesday? Because we will see this data next week and we will be like, they of course know that the retail traders and the arbitrators are watching this, so that's why they do it. So yeah, so this is for the majors, and I hope you enjoy the video, and I will see you later in the crosswise video. Bye bye.